Excuse me, why are you in tears?
Oh, I am so moved by a woman's singing. Who are you?
I am the main character from James Joyce's short story Araby. And you?
I've never heard of that, but I live in a poem called The Solitary Reaper by William Wordsworth.
I see. Solitary stuff sounds interesting, and I want to know more about why you're crying.
Well, I can tell you about it. In my story, I was walking through the Scottish Highlands.
Wow, that must have been a long journey.
Yes, and on my way, I heard a beautiful, melancholy voice. It was a solitary reaper singing a sad song in a language I didn't understand. However, the song made me feel deep, universal sorrow. After a while, I suddenly realized that beauty and sadness are intertwined and can transcend boundaries.
Oh, I understand what you mean. I had the same feelings and a very similar experience actually. I was a teenager in North Dublin, and you know what? I had some affection towards a girl. I planned to go to the Araby Bazaar because I wanted to impress her, keep my promise to her, and try something brand new. I hoped to buy her a gift, expecting it to be a place full of wonders. But I arrived late, and all I saw was a nearly closed, dark, and disappointing market. I suddenly realized my foolishness, how I had been obsessed with an illusion.
Yeah, that's your story. How did you feel about it?
I felt like everything changed all of a sudden, and I was disappointed about growing up. Wait, Joyce, is that you? Did you come here too?
Yes. Forgive me for interrupting your conversation. I am James Joyce, the writer of this story.
Nice to meet you.
Why did you create this story for me to suffer then?
Well, let me explain. It is actually a technique called Epiphany. We writers and poets love to use it in our characters. It's a moment of sudden and great realization and revelation. Like you suddenly realize the harsh reality of adulthood and love.
Yes, it was not what I expected. I was so disappointed at that moment.
And that is what I wanted to convey to my dear readers.
That makes a lot of sense. You're right. We did have similar experiences and feelings. It was a sudden realization when I heard the woman sing. I also no longer think one's nationality is a problem. Is that also an epiphany?
Yes, that is also the epiphany. Your author may want to say that the beauty of art can transcend any borders.
Yes, I totally get it.
Oh, that is to say...
Who are you?
Your attire is so strange.
Excuse me, young boy. This is my fashion. Don't you know the Flash? He is my favorite character.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for the insight into your culture.
How should we address you?
My name is Sheldon Cooper, a modern theoretical physicist from the Big Bang Theory, which I assume you don't know anything about. It is a comedy that records my life with my friends in New York City.
Right. Well, I noticed you were listening to our conversation. So please, tell us, what is your story about Epiphany in the comedy that records your life?
Oh yes, let's get back to the topic. You know, at the end of this story, I won a very famous prize, and I thought it was solely due to my own efforts from the moment I received it. I even wrote a long speech about my contributions to science and the world.
Such an arrogant and rude person.
It's true, I regretted it. However, later, during the trip to the place where I received the prize, I suddenly realized that it was the friendships in my life that made me who I am today. Without them, I could achieve nothing. That was also the theme of the whole story. So I thanked them during my speech at the end of the story.
Oh, that sounds really moving.
So, my dear literature students, you have listened to the different stories of epiphanies from all of us now. Have you had any epiphanies so far?